Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss the most important questions for the subject Advanced Java based on the previous year papers. The subject code is BCS613D. These questions have appeared multiple times in VTU exams. So if you're preparing at the last moment, make sure you focus on these topics first. Let's go module by module. In the first module, it's all about collection framework. So the first and most important question will be Java collection framework, and the interfaces like collection, list, set, queue, and their methods as well. So next important topic comes is difference between the list and set, difference between array and array list. Also, the important question here is comparator versus comparable interfaces. These are all the questions from module 1. You can have a look. Also, prepare the tree set constructors and the tree set program using the iterator, split iterator interface and its methods. Next, for the programs, you have to concentrate on student object stored in array list using the iterator, then array list operation programs, and the linked list program with sorting, reverse, shuffle, and minimum maximum thing. It seems that you may feel that there are many questions from each module, but that's not actually what it is. You have to just study the important highlighted things if you just want to pass, and if you really want to score, study all of the things I have mentioned. That is more than enough to score above 80 plus. So if you're on short time, study only the highlighted ones. Next, going to the module 2. This is one of the easiest module, and the important questions here are string class constructors, and why string is immutable in Java, the difference between equals operator and equals method. These questions appear very often. So also you have to prepare the string comparison methods, character extraction methods like char at method, get chars method, and char array method. These ones. The next very important question is string buffer methods. That is insert, delete, replace, reverse. These all are the string buffer methods. And one more important question is the difference between string buffer, and string builder classes. Next, for the programming, you just have to study these two programs. If you understand these two very well, then you can write any of it using the concept that you have studied earlier for the previous questions, like all of this comparator methods, caret method. You can write it on your own. Next, for module 3, start with features of Java Swing. This is very important question. You just have two features, study it. Then evolution of Java Swing. Next is the MVC architecture. MVC architecture is extremely important and it is repeatedly asked question. Next comes the event handling mechanism. Event handling mechanism used by swings, and develop a suitable program as well. Also study the painting concept in Java Swing. For swing components, go with JLabel, JTextField, JScrollPane, and JTable. These are the common theory questions. Next, the important programs from this module are, you have to uh, write a Java application for using JFrame with a name, age, and submit button. Also, the another program is a simple calculator using JApplet, menu driven color changing applet, and a radio button page. Yeah, icon based button also. Next, coming to the fourth module, this is one of the most important module in the entire subject. The must study questions here are, what is a servlet, then life cycle of a servlet, also the role of servlet in the web development. Next, you need to prepare for how to retrieve the data from servlet, interfaces and classes present in the servlet package, the session tracking. For programs, you have to study login validation using username and password, and additions of two numbers using servlet and HTML. This is the program. You have to accept the username and password from the HTML, and from the server side you have to write the program. Here is another program to accept the two parameters, the same, and calculator program. This one is. And the next topic in module 4 is JSP tags. So focus on what are JSP tags, types of JSP tags. These are repeated obvious questions from this concept. And for the programming side, you have to write a small JSP code or code snippet for requesting parameter for name using the HTML form, and you have to display a greeting message. Next, the another program is construct a JSP page which will accept the user's name and age, stores them in a session attributes, and displays a personalized message using those attributes. If you study only a few questions from module 4, make sure study servlet lifecycle, cookies, session tracking are covered. Make sure all these topics are covered. And one more topic is cookie, which is very important. Now coming to the module 5 and the last module, this is the another module which has high weightage. So the most important questions here are, what is JDBC, JDBC Architecture and JDBC Process. Also the types of JDBC drivers. The process involves few of the steps. It is very easy, and you have to write along with the program for that. Next comes the statement versus result set. Compare. It is a comparison question. Compare statement and the result set object in JDBC. Next question is callable statement and prepared statement objects. Next, this is very important theory. One more. Discuss the following with respect to JDBC: metadata, result set metadata, data types, and exceptions. For the programs in this module, you have to focus on how to connect the servlet to the database, and we have to insert the new data into the table and display the confirmation message that the student data is successfully inserted. And another program here is to retrieve and display all the records that have already stored in the database using result set. And one more program is to execute the database transaction using JDBC. These are all the questions from the module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you are not able to study all the questions, like all 10 to 13 questions from each module, just focus on the highlighted questions, because they are very important concepts from that module, so that needs to be asked in the examination. And it will most probably be asked also. So if you're studying one day before the examination, so I'll tell you few of the concepts now. Just focus on that. First one is collection framework, then comparator versus comparable, next string immutability, one more is difference between string versus string buffer versus string builder, MVC architecture, event handling, servlet lifecycle, cookies and session tracking, JDBC drivers, JDBC process, prepared statement and callable statement, and database metadata and result set metadata. These topics cover a large portion of the repeated VTO questions. So if you want to revise, or at the last moment if you want to study, just study all of the questions that I've told you now and concentrate more on the highlighted questions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All the best for your exams, and thank you for watching.